In this video, I'm going to be going over my earnings for the month of January of 2023. If you are new here, first off, welcome. Second off, I do things a little bit different. I don't mine for necessarily profit. I'm not trying to mine to lose. However, I mainly mine and get involved in various decentralized projects to help support the networks and to just further the community. It's purely a hobby for me. It's not a business or anything like that. And so I come from the perspective of not profit, but just keeping chains up and running, helping chains out, things along those lines. I do take profits here and there whenever I need to compensate for me providing a service offering to these networks. But profit isn't my primary focus here. So whether it's a bear market, whether it's a bull market, generally I am constantly, exchanging cryptos that I mine. A lot of times I'm just holding them. And a lot of times I have no problem selling to procure new hardware. One of the things I like to do is I like to, especially during high markets, I like to put a GPU on each network. So I'm not one of those people that throw everything on Flux. I was never somebody to throw everything on Ethereum. I liked being extremely diverse in that I just like supporting the networks. I like getting rewarded in coins on each network. And so today, as we go through these, you're going to kind of understand that I'm going to put a lot more focus on these native earnings and less on whatever the US dollar equivalent is. Now, I do take these USD equivalents as of the last day of the month. So these were taken on January 31st, 2023. So keep that in mind. Prices fluctuate so much in crypto that some of these may be a lot higher or a lot lower now when you're seeing the video. But starting off with our low-raw device, we had a helium miner. I just have one helium miner. And we earned 1.519 HNT, which at the end of the month is the equivalent of $4.15. And I periodically do exchange my HNT for various other cryptos through the CoinEx exchange. Next up is Honeygain, and we earned 2.73, give or take, jump tokens. So I do have the jump token payout enabled for that extra 10%. And I do get a little bit of referral, so there's probably about an extra 5% of this is actually referral bonus. But that equates to $6.43. One thing I like about Jump is it is on the Binance Smart Chain network, and so it's a very easy swap to BNB or kind of any other token. I typically don't hold the Jump token. Usually I cash out at the end of the month and exchange it for BNB or some other type of token. Next up we have Mysterium, one of my favorite services to run, and this is a decentralized VPN. And I have this running on one device, and we earned 29.18 Mysterium. Now this is on the Polygon network, and the equivalent of that was $8.02. Next up is my storage node. I'm massive into decentralized storage. I've been real big into, hard drive based mining ever since Burst back in 2017, 2018. And so what we're looking at here is I have two nodes running. One has 3.5 terabytes of storage, and on this one we earned 29.93 storage, which equals about $11.04. Then we had another node that we spun up last month that has 14 terabytes of storage. However, it's only using a couple hundred gigabytes at this point. We earned 3.33 storage, which is $1.23. Nice thing about Storj is no matter how many nodes you're running, they combine your payments into one payment. You have one payment to your wallet. Storj is a ERC20 token on the Ethereum network, so you can easily exchange that for any currency that you may want to do that for. I personally last bull market rather, I sold quite a bit of Ethereum. I think it was around $3,600 when I sold it. And so currently what I'm doing monthly is I'm taking my Storj and I'm just auto exchanging it into Ethereum so I can get back up to a whole Ethereum coin. I like to try to maintain at least one coin on each network in my wallet, and unfortunately I did some spending on Ethereum and I dropped well below that threshold. Next up was SCPrime. This was another decentralized storage project that I was really big on. However, things have changed drastically over the past several months. I would say it started going downhill probably about 4 or 5 months ago, but I just wasn't happy with the direction of the project, kind of how they're managing things, and I decided to withdraw completely from the project. So on January 17th, I basically shut down my node. I let it complete out the contracts so that I could gracefully leave the network. So I stopped accepting new contracts, wait for my contract to expire, and I ended up earning 23.3 SCP in the month, which is around $3.12. And what I did is I basically stopped it and I withdrew all of the SCPrime from my wallet, sent it off to TradeOgre, exchanged it for Dash, sent that Dash to CoinEx, and exchanged all of that for over 4,000 pre-search coins. And that allowed me rather, to spin up a pre-search node, which I had been wanting to do for a while, and I just wasn't happy. You can see obviously we only, we're dealing with $3.12. Interestingly enough, in those 13 days or 14 days of pre-search, we earned the same amount, but we'll get to that in a minute. Next up is a couple of my master nodes. And this kind of goes back to me wanting to support networks, especially those low cap networks. So a lot of these might be coins that you've never heard of. However, these are very small cap networks that I like to support. The first one is 01 coin. And I started this masternode, I believe, last month or the month before. And this month we've earned 2,358 0 coin. And I think it only takes 1,000 to spin up a node. So technically we got enough to spin up 2 more nodes if we wanted to. But it was 66 cents was the US dollar equivalent on that one. Next up was Omega. And we got 103.2 Omega, which is around 3 cents. Nix was 68.04, which is currently around 5 cents. Our Z-Core node, which Z-Core I've been running for a very long time. I really do like that project a lot, and I like to support it as much as I can. And so Z-Core, we earned 42, which was 32 cents. So not bad on those. Now, with our pre-search node, we did go ahead and spin up pre-search. I had been running a pre-search node for probably close to a year without any rewards, because I didn't have any pre to stake. But I was just kind of running it, letting it support the network. And so what we've ended up with is I exchanged that SCPrime for it and started this on the 17th or the 18th. And we ended up earning 69.89 pre, which was around $3.12. All of the pre that I've earned, I've been restaking. And my plan is once I hit another 4,000, then we'll spin up another node. I don't plan to exchange or buy pre yet. I'm just trying to let that compound. But very happy with pre. That $3.12 is really nice for the month. Next up is my Flux node, and I do have a Flux Fractus node running. And it actually went down twice right before a payout. Both times the server never went offline, the internet connection was fine. Not sure why, but if I viewed it on the blockchain, it decided to move it from confirmed to not confirmed. And all I had to do was restart it in Zelcore, and it was fine. However, it did move me back to the back of the line both times. So what that means is I was supporting the network, however, I didn't receive any incentive for it. Perfectly fine, again, not into this for the profit, and so it doesn't bother me that much, other than, hopefully they sort that out, and if that does happen to other people, that they figure out the cause of that. We're really looking at, on all these blockchains, iterative development. And so with that, you have to bear in mind, hiccups can happen. One of the downfalls with Flux is because it is a round robin on the payouts, you end up with a scenario where if your node goes offline, or if there's some type of network issue and it thinks you're offline even though you aren't, then you essentially are getting moved to the back of the line. One thing SCPrime got right with that part of it was that they put in some failover checks, where if the first ping failed, then a couple other servers would try it, and if they were successful, you maintained your uptime position. So I'd like to see Flux maybe implement something like that, or at least streamline, how they're monitoring whether you're online and meeting all the benchmarks or not. And then the last category we have is the actual hardware mining. So this is a combination of phone mining, CPU mining, GPU mining, FPGA mining, and ASIC mining. And for the most part, with my GPUs, as always, with my RX 560s, they are mining Bitcoin. They have been forever, and they will continue to do so. Some of the other coins, a little bit of Flux was being mined with the A2000, so those are direct mining. The phones were auto-exchanging for Flux. The CPUs were auto-exchanging for Flux through the Varus network. And then I've got several ASICs online. I have a Goldshell ST box, a SC box, a Jess box. So the ST is doing Starcoin, auto-exchanging. The SC box and the HS box are both doing Saya and auto-exchanging. The A2000s are on Flux, I believe. And I have a few GPUs turned off right now. I also had my P106s on Vertcoin auto-exchanging, and all the Vertcoin was auto-exchanging for BNB because I was trying to get back up to a full BNB coin, which I was able to do this month. So that was really nice. So my focus for the month of February is really probably going to be on some Flux before the halving happens, and then we'll start really trying to diversify moving forward off of that. So what we ended up earning was 0.317 BNB. The Bitcoin was actually achieved through cloud mining using CryptoTab's NFT service. I have a video on that if you're curious, but essentially we earn 0.00058 BTC with that. And then halfway through the month we turned off Doge merge mining, and we just moved everything to Litecoin pool so I can stack some more Litecoin, and to also help pay and cover the cost for the HiveOS fees. So we did earn 6.94 Doge and 0.0845 Litecoin, and then 32.26 Flux. All of that at the end of the month equated to just under $170. And so that brings us to a grand total in revenue for the month of $207.46. This is not profit, this is revenue. Again, I deal with the power bill. It's not a big deal. My power bill's around, it averages, this time of the year it averages around $400 a month. And that's kind of where we're at with that. That's it for my earnings for this month. Next month, I am trying to spin up some additional masternodes. I'd actually like to spin up a copy of each of these masternodes if I'm able to. I'm trying some IP routing options. If I can get those sorted out, then that will allow me to spin up additional nodes. If that doesn't work out, then I will just stick to one of each master node, and I'm going to be adding in some other blockchains. Eventually I want to get to the point where anytime a new master node coin is released, that I go ahead and spin up a master node for it.